The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here at TFNN. And feel free to listen to us on your phone anywhere at tfnn.mobi. And feel free to give me a call with any questions that you have. You can reach me on the number right there on the TFNN homepage at 877-927-6648. Again, that's 877-927-6648. So right now, let's go ahead and do a quick market wrap and see where things at. We got the indices heading now into positive territory after just oscillating around for the first part of the morning in there. Right now, we got the S&P up 6 points. We have the Russell up 2.6. NASDAQ's up 11. The Dow's up 61 points on the day. Looking over at our energies, we got oil. The CO contract there down about 24 cents right now. Had a massive run down. Has run on back up. And just sort of a straight beeline on the way back up there. Looking at natural gas, we got natural gas right now. It is up 2.5%. So an absolutely stellar, massive run on the natural gas contract. And we can pull that one up right now. I mean, like I said, it's a very, very large move. And right there. And so looking over at some of our other markets and seeing how they're moving and what's going on with them. We got, let's see, we got the corn contract right now is down 13.75 with soybeans up 9.25. So some good solid moves right there in our ags. And looking over, trying to see a couple more things. I want to pull that natural gas up, so it's on its way up right now. Euro dollar currently is up 29 pips. We got Aussie dollar up 23. Pound dollar getting pounded on down to 78 pips down on the day right now. We got U.S. CAD up 7 pips. We got U.S. franc up 2. The euro yen's up 50, while the pound yen is down 70, and the U.S. yen is up 16. Gold is currently up 7.6, with silver up 0.74%, and copper up 0.52. Silver ran down, but then decided to reverse on and fly on back up. But yeah, check out that. I mean, as far as the big mover of the day, check this out right here. Looking over here at natural gas, and I mean, just flying on up. And already passed the one deviation level by a long shot. Moving on up right now to 1.5. So just a nice, clear, good, solid trip that you can take advantage of right there on natural gas. And let's see the other big mover. So that was our first 2% mover. The other 2% mover was corn. Like I said, getting slammed down pretty hard. I can pull that on up over here over a previous day. But really, most of that movement happened overnight before the pit opened up. So that was a sort of a hard one to catch unless you just went short right there at the end of the day, you know, and maybe did a binary on it or something like that. But beyond that, you know, I mean, it's just a massive move, and almost all the movement happened overnight. And so, like I said, good move, but pretty hard to trade. So you only trade so many hours a day, right? And that's the idea. So looking on over here, let's go ahead and check out our deviation levels. And while I'm doing that, I'll go ahead and pull up for you. We'll go through, you know, some of the news reports and things that are going on. We had a couple things come out last night. We have some things coming out today that you definitely want to be aware of to make part of your trading plan. So last night we had the Aussie dollar went ahead and it released its monetary policy meeting minutes, and we can find out pretty easily just looking at the chart where that happened. Those meeting minutes were released last night right around 9:30. The market was already sort of trickling down. You see this move on down right down here until about 20:30 when those meeting minutes come out, and they go ahead and it decides to just, you know, drop quite a bit more. It goes down to about the 0.7 deviation level, which is about a, you know, 50 pip drop from where it was at. But then around 10:30, it decided to turn around and move on back up. So really, I guess it's actually about closer to 10:30, 11 o'clock. Or that was 10. Yeah, so right around 10 o'clock, it bounces right off the 0.7. You can see, I mean, that level perfectly right there. Bounces off that. Bounces up, come on back, all the way back down to 0.7, and all the way back up to 0.5. So a lot of trading opportunity, a lot of good solid moves. So, I mean, yeah, it was volatile in the sense that it moved up and down. but at least the moves, were, solid in the sense of, you had a chance to take advantage of them. And so sort of show you, trend-based right here chart. And you can see, the moves from last night. I mean, it's moving on down, and then it moves all the way back up. So giving you plenty of opportunity right there to be able to take advantage of that trade. Now, what else do we have that we can look at? So what else is coming up that's on the roster? And what else came up last night? So last night we did have the CPI on the pound. So let's go ahead and look at that. It got knocked down pretty hard last night. Let's check it out. So on the pound dollar, CPI came in at 2.4. They expected it to come in at 2.6. And the release came out at 4.30. And the pound was already moving down before the report came out. It came out right here, right around 4.30. And from that point, it literally moved on down basically another 100 pips. So literally got a 100 pip drop. And it's pulled back some since. But since the report came out, we had a 100 pip move. Took about 6 hours for it to make that full move, right around 4:30 to about 10:30. So yeah, so right there, about 6 hours for it to make the full move on that. But it moved, fast enough that you easily could have taken advantage of it. You could have looked at maybe like say the 6 o'clock expiration, and you would have had 60 points, which would have been more than enough to take advantage of a straddle using the spreads over on Nadex. And if you haven't checked this out yet, you definitely want to do it. There's two things you want to do. One is you want to hop on over to tfnn.com. And you want to click on the banner. So we go right here, tfnn.com, click on the Nadex banner. And you can do that right now under our products on the Nadex website. Click demo account, sign up for your demo account. Username, first name, last name, phone, email address. Click apply for demo. Instantly you're going to get a password and you can log in. And then you can get a live funded account as well. Just click create account and go from start to funded in as little as 5 minutes with as little as $100 to fund a live account to be able to trade. Now, after you do all that, you can also go on over here and check out our Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer. If you click on that, you're going to get a free 2-week trial where you can check this out, and we have another bonus for you. We actually just added in the binary scanner as well. So if you're curious about these binaries and how they work, well, we have the training and everything included. So let me log in here. I'll show you sort of what you get access to. You get, sort of a step 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's tutorials getting started step by step, and then we go through who is Nadex and spreads and binaries, and access to all the archives of the Diagnostic Trading Hour and the Bull Bear Binary Hour. But also you can go over here, you got the box spread scanner, and you have the deviation levels. So before I go into the scanners, just to make sure you understand the deviation levels right here, they're updated every day around 8:15 Eastern time, and we put them in for futures contracts, we put them in for forex contracts, and we put them in for most of the Nadex markets as well, and they're sort of like, think of them like pivot points, except for more accurate, and they actually make sense. Like, why would they work? Because they're based on implied volatility. What does that mean? Implied means expected, volatility means movement. It's the expected movement built into option markets prices. And so we pull that number out, and then we give you, what does that number mean? How far does it say the market's going to move? And that's what these price levels are. And you can go and then you can plot them on your charts and use them for targeting strikes for binaries, for using for the 10-minute stop loss method like I teach. Using them for, determining if a strike's acceptable for using for maybe a straddle or a strangle. And we've added a few new features. One of the features we just turned on last night, literally, on the box spread scanner, is now there is a live and a demo function. So what does that mean? Well, if I go over here and I click live, I'm going to get the live data feed. If I click demo, I'm going to get the demo data feed. And so why does that matter? Well, they can vary. So sometimes a little bit, sometimes a lot, sometimes not at all. But the strike can vary. Obviously, the prices can vary because people can put different things in on a demo than on a live, so that makes it where basically you can use this on live or demo, and you don't have to worry about it getting the weird ticket window issue. And then you can go in here and you can say, you know what, I want to straddle, pound dollar. And there's announcements coming out. Then you go, I want to get both directions. I want to do pound dollar, and we'll just make our risk reward ratio 1-to-1. And I can say, I don't want to risk more than $100 on each side. And instantly check this out. Now you have all these straddle P&L graphs right up here. See this? So this is your profit and loss. So, below this line would be loss, above this line would be profit. And this right here is the price movement. So as it moves further up or further down, you're able to become more profitable on the trade. So if I go in here and I choose one, let's say one that expires at 3 o'clock, then I want to find one with a similar floor or ceiling on that trade. So I may go, you know what, I want this one, and I can go down here a little bit lower, 51.70 at 3 o'clock. Usually ones that expire at the same time. That one right there, there's a straddle trade for me. So I'm risking 25 bucks on the trade right there. And so with that, I don't have to, worry about it. It's pretty simple. I basically need to make a $25 net profit, which means I need to make 25 bucks above where I bought it, plus the risk on the other side. So if the risk on the other side is like 10 bucks, I need to make $35. And that'll give me a 1-to-1 risk-reward trade. If the risk was, say, $10, $15 on the other side, I need to make 25 plus 15. So I need to make $40 on one side. And by putting those two together, like I said, you get great 1-to-1 risk-reward trades. You don't care what direction the market's going to go. You just care that it goes, and you time it easily. You time it right at news. So I'll hop in usually about 30 minutes before news, because sometimes that premium can get a little bit larger right before the news. So about 30 minutes before news, I'm going to check it out, put the trade on, and as soon as I'm in, I'm going to set my take profits. And so you can go in here literally and go, you know what? I want to demo trade this, and I want to buy this one and sell this one. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click buy, bring that one on over, and then I'll click sell. So now that I have those two tickets, I can go in and I can do this trade. And I literally just hit, place order right here in my demo. And if I have an issue, just click it again, hit place order. So, and what that'll do is it'll place the order for me directly in the Nadex platform. And then I'm able to go over to the Nadex platform and put in my order ticket. And like I said, it makes it very, very simple and very easy to be able to place those types of orders. Now, once you're in here, you also, of course, can look inside your Nadex account, and you can see what orders have or have not been filled, and put all the pieces together. But so let's say we wanted to pull up our Nadex account, and we got the buy side in. Now you can manually do this. So if I wanted to manually put that sell order on, I'd have to go to 50/20 right here. And I have to find, okay, well, that's binary. So now, I got to find spreads. And then I got to go to pound dollar. And let's see, this thing can expire at, say 2 o'clock if I want the 2 o'clock expiration. And then I'm going to have to click on sell. And then I'm going to have to choose my price. And I'm going to choose my quantity. Then I'm going to hit place order. So literally, that's the steps you're going to have to go through to place the trade. Versus being right over here and just clicking click and, click to place the order. Which one would you rather do? I mean, that's all I did. Click. So 2 clicks versus diving through everything. So it makes it a lot faster for you. All right, we'll stay right there, folks. We'll be right back after this break.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Victor Jones, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces, and over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So we're sort of going through looking at these spreads to help get you an edge when you're placing your trades. And it's pretty powerful stuff. I mean, it's very, very cool. You can go in here, and I mean, you're talking, putting trades on with extremely low risk. This right here is 5 pips to break even. Okay, but $12 controlling 15 grand. I mean, that's insane. Okay, so I mean, literally, you're talking about putting up over 1,000 to 1 leverage. You can't get stopped out of the trade, and you can go put a sell on. I mean, that's a fantastic trade. So, now this is not going to tell you if you should buy or sell. It's going to tell you if you're ready to buy or sell based on your analysis. Which contract are you going to buy or sell? So, when you're looking for that setup, when you have a possible setup, like I have a potential setup right here to go short look on the dollar franc. So I'm waiting on it to break here just a few ticks below this bar. If it does it, then I'll have a sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to find the dollar franc. Right there. And then I'm going to go, I want to sell. And I can get rid of all these filters, and I'll usually choose like at the money because I don't want ones that are really far away from break even. And so with that, I can see, what trades are available to me. I could even go in and go, I don't want to, you could say I want the 1-to-1 and see what shows up and see if there's anything. But right there, I mean, $41. That's still not bad at all. So I control $9,600 for like $41. And actually, it may be more than that because I got to invert the currency conversion right there. But, right there, I mean, it's, I want to say actually it's exactly 96.30. But regardless, instead of putting up, a couple $100 to place a trade, you're only placing $41 to place the trade. You can't be stopped out. You can look at some shorter ones. I mean, this one's only risking $15. You have till 2 o'clock. So that gives you about half an hour if you're expecting it to move down. I mean, I got to wait for it to move down before I get in anyway. Or move up before I get in anyway. So you can look at the different directions. But I can scan all markets that I'm trading, look for potential entries, put the trades on, and whenever, I get a, entry trigger, then I hop over here and quickly find which trade it is that I want to get into. So, and there's a lot of ways to trade them. You can go in and you can buy, you can sell, you can straddle, you can make your own box. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do depending upon, what strategy and how advanced you want to get. I was talking to a trader last night with a really cool concept of what if you got in on the really short, low-risk trades, the short term, like this trade right here. It only has, like basically $6 of risk, plus the exchange fees there, basically $6 of risk on the trade. And yeah, it has to move a little further to break even, but I mean, your risk is just really, really low. And you don't have to worry about how to stop. You don't have to worry about getting stopped out on the trade. As it moves in your direction, where you would trail your stop, and this is a big key, where you trail your stop, then you go in. And so on the dollar franc, by the way, just got a trigger right there, so I can go over here and go, you know what, I want to go ahead and sell this. I got a 2 and a 3 o'clock. This one gives me the exact same risk, and so I can go in and put that trade on. So 5 contracts in. But anyways, it gives me the exact same risk. This is interesting to see. Expires at 2 o'clock, expires at 3 o'clock. Okay? So what do we look at that? I mean, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Exact same risk, exact same reward, exact same, selling, all that stuff. No reason to do 2 o'clock expiration. I have a 3 o'clock expiration. That's a much better trade for me to be able to go in and take advantage of. So, I can use the scanner for, trades like that right there. And I can decide, do I want to take a stop? Do I not want to take a stop? How much am I willing to risk on that trade? And, when I put the trade in, I may always want to go in and, double check it and see if, hey, do I need to adjust my price, amend it, boom, filled in. So trade's on now. And then I go, what's my take profit on this trade? So where do if I just sold the dollar franc, where would I want to buy back? We'll go ahead and just to make it easy for the show, instead of doing the trailing stops and everything else, we'll target like right above this most recent low. So we'll say like 96, 55. And so I go in here, put the trade on. I sold at 96.86. I'm going to put an order into buyback at 96.55. I'm going to hit place order. That take profit order is now working for me. And that's it. So I found my sell order, my order triggered basically on the underlying. Now, this is one thing you don't understand. I always trade Nadex based on the underlying market chart. Okay? So when I get my entry, which is, for me, 3 ticks below what I call an E bar, an entry breakout bar here, 3 ticks below this bar, that's what I'm going to get in. As soon as I see that setting up, I'm going to find my spread. When my spread's there, boom, I'm going to click 2 buttons, and I'm going to be in the trade. So very simple, very easy, and defined risk. All right, well, stay there. We'll be right back after this break.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit, and on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN is excited to launch our brand new software charting program, The Art of the Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind software, Art of the Charts allows you to scan for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, butterflies, ABCs, and much more. Art of the Charts is designed to help you when scouring the market for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, and even months searching to find. As part of our introductory pricing, we're offering licenses available at only $59 per month. We're so confident that you'll love this new outstanding piece of charting software that we'll even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Lock in your low price today by ordering your copy at TFNN.com. Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, welcome on back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Looking over at the pound dollar, like I said, it moved on down to almost 2 deviations and back up to -1 deviations. And then if we go on over to Aussie dollar, and it's moved down to 0.7 and then back up to 0.5. So, I mean, just look at how perfectly that is bouncing right off these levels. So you can see how that can help you swing trading, trend trading, profit targets, going in and doing trailing stops. There's a lot of different ways to use them. Euro dollar. So we got euro dollar, got a perfect move, 0.5 to 0.7. I mean, and that 0.5 to 0.5, by the way, is a 1 deviation move, right? So half and half equal 1. So 1 deviation move right there. And we go on down to, let's see, we got the pound already covered. We're scrolling down to USD CAD. USD CAD, I mean, it just flew today up to 1.5 deviation levels. It's pulling on back down right now. Really stretching, trying to close in that gap, fill back in that settlement price of the trades today. And let's see here. Looking at the USD franc. So on the USD franc, it ran on up to a 1 deviation and pulled on back. So we did a perfect deviation move. And now we're looking for, we've been looking for that move down. It's been going down and moving in our favor. So, but again, perfect 1 deviation move. And so it's nice to see everything working out as planned. Now, Frank didn't quite make it a deviation, hit the 0.5 and oscillated for quite a while, and almost hit 0.7, but pulled on back down. Really only getting half a deviation on dollar yen, which is pretty rare. So we're usually seeing that one deviation move. Yesterday we had the perfect one deviation move on it. So just a quiet time for that. We'll be adding in pounding and euro yen deviations very soon as well, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. Looking on over at our energy markets, we got oil. And oil ran down and before it pulled way back up. And it got real choppy right in this area, but it pulled right back up there. Almost a deviation move down. Really a deviation from top to bottom. So if you take high to low on the deviation levels. Scrolling down, we'll check out our natural gas contract. And natural gas on here moved on down, sort of oscillating all night long and then just, flew up. And we got to move right here where natural gas is up above one deviation, might stretch to 1.5, but it's about to shut on down there. And then we can go in and check out our metals. We'll check out copper. So over on copper, it had a decent little move down, but it's only about 0.5 deviations right there, but it did stop right on the level before it pulled back. So that would have stopped you out on your short trade. You'd be done for the day in copper. Looking over at silver. So silver right here, we can see it moved down literally 2 at the deviation level. Expired at the deviation level yesterday as well. And but just check this out. Right there, 1 deviation pulling on back, and that's 70% of expected move. We don't expect it to move, more than 70%. So, we don't expect it to move more than 1 deviation 30% of the time. So 70% of the time we expect it to stay inside that range. And so you really pay attention to that 1 deviation level. And you also really look at, is it's moving. So, it moved up half a deviation overnight, pulled back a half deviation. So when it came on down here this morning, I had a long trade where I went long right here around 10 o'clock. We posted out there, and it flew on back up. Already took profit on the trade. So great trade right there on the day. Looking on over here, checking out gold. So gold right there, right there to the tick. So, just insane accuracy right there. Low 1358. So, 1357.9. Literally like 1 tick. So right there, just right down to the point, back on up. And then we go a little bit further. We got gold. We can move it on down. We can check out our ags. So corn, pull that on up. We moved down 1 deviation. So it's been literally oscillating all over 1 deviation all night right here. Just since about 5 o'clock. All the move happened last night. It was a great move, but just a little difficult to take advantage of. And then hopping on, unless you're trading corn at night, which is pretty tough. And then looking on over at soybeans. Soybeans, I didn't do a whole lot until it finally decided to do a little run up this morning after being choppy first thing. But then it had some nice solid moves in the morning. And easily could have been, like I said, taken advantage of as well on these trades. Now, looking at a few other markets and just sort of seeing things that we can use to our advantage. And what do we got over here? So we can go in and we can check out, we got our currencies, we got our ags, we got our metals, and we got our energies. Let's check out our indices. So right here on the Russell, what's going on now? It's moving on up. It's at half a deviation level. Has not closed above the deviation level. It's been bouncing between -5 and 0.5. Literally went down last night, early this morning, right around 6 o'clock. Hit the 0.5 level, ran up around 10:30, and almost hit the half deviation. Came all the way back down, dropped a whole deviation by 11:30, and then now right around 1 o'clock, it ran all the way back up and hit a half deviation again. So definitely be looked to moving those stops on up. And we'll see if it can break on through. But it's definitely turned and went into that long trend. And, looking over, my charts, the way that I trade here, and definitely got a nice. So we had that long signal just waiting the entire time. But right there this morning. So we go in, and there's the long trade. So that's the reversal and the long trade going on up. And just now, like I said, breaching that half deviation mark. So that wraps up the Russell for us. Let's check out the NASDAQ. So over on the NASDAQ, let's see what's happening. We got it moving on down to -5, on up to 0.5. So sort of do the same thing. 1 deviation moves. A lot of times people miss this. Again, being 0.5 and +5. And if I pull up a full, laid out chart on NASDAQ as well, Then we had just a great turn right there, right after it came down, just about nicked right on that negative 0.5 deviation level, then turned around, and from here on up, launched right into that deviation level, and with multiple entry points along the way. I mean, you got in there, you got here, you have right here, and you have right here. So literally 1, 2, 3, 4 entries to this point. This one did not break the 3 ticks above the E-bar there, so therefore no entry on that trade. But 4 great trades right in a row this morning. So over here we got an entry, and where it takes off. And basically, very small trade. This trade we get in, but then it misses the breakout. So we end up going flat on that trade, very small. Get a reversal, then we have this one moving for us. Takes its sweet time, and basically ends up making a very small profit across the board. And before finally we get a reversal, this trade would have probably been a loser right there. And then we get a reversal, no entry on that. And then finally, all the money's made in the afternoon, which is rare. Usually you get your nice trades, during the day. But right there, that was the total money trading time, which was between about 11 and 12:30. So not your normal money time, but definitely was the easier trading time of the day today on the indices. Now, if we scroll on over and we'll check out the S&P, which has just been chopping it up lately. So looking at the S&P, and we got to move, almost down to 0.5, and just finally broke 0.5. But, it's just nothing happening. So really, yesterday and today, just very, very boring. You got sort of spikes and drops, but that's 0.5 deviations are at least working for you. They're helping you out. So when it's hitting that level. And we can check out one more indice. Go on over here and let's look at the Dow. So on the Dow, same thing last 2 days in a row. Dow's actually sort of leading the pack here. It's up 0.7 deviations as far as, the expected move on the Dow. And it is moving 66 points. It's up 0.43%. So not only is it reflective on the deviation levels, but also it's reflective just on the actual movement itself by seeing the net change, percent change in the day. And that pretty much wraps up our deviation outlook on the day, seeing where everything's sitting at. We got our where the markets are standing at. We talked about the news leading up to right now. And the last step is really to go into what news do we have coming up that you can take advantage of with Nadex. So what's coming out there, and is there anything you can do with it? So, and not only have the spread scanner, we also now have the binary scanner. So you can go in here and go, you know what? I want binaries that are going to expire today. And you can even say, I want binaries that are going to expire at 2 o'clock, like right at the end of the show, if you wanted to. Bring it down to, say 30 minutes. Right there. And, okay, so these are 15 minutes from now. Perfect. And then I can go, okay, so is there a trade I can take advantage of? And you can pull up, say, the S&P. Let's trade at 1570, 1570 right now. So I can go, well, let's see here, 1570. It's not really much for me on that. So, because I can only make $2, only make $5. But what I do on here is I do what's called premium collection strategies. And I love to do these. So I'll go here and go US Tech. And scroll on down here. And so on US Tech, let's see, NASDAQ 30.25. See if there's anything I can take advantage of. Let's see, 30.29. So that could be, but NASDAQ is ticking down right now. I'd be a little cautious on that. If I did take that trade, what would happen is I could make $31 if it stays above 30.29 for the next 14 minutes. But it does have to be greater than. When I buy, has to be greater than. When I sell, less than or equal to. Okay? So buy greater than, sell less than or equal to. And so not really loving that trade. The best time to do these trades, by the way, is right around the end of the day. So like right around 4 o'clock is when you're really going to get some great premium collection strategies on. Now let's check this one out. We got Wall Street 30. A lot of times they come up good on here. It's 15,377. And we got 15,384. That's not a bad trade. So if it stays basically equal to or less than 15,384, and this isn't a great high, this isn't a great low risk reward trade, okay? So in other words, your reward's only going to be $13. on the trade. So you're not like just in love with it. But if it stays below 15,384, and right now just looking at it, we got it at 15,378, 15,377, then you'll actually get to collect that premium on the trade. And so it becomes basically it's just a premium collection. I mean, 13 minutes, and by the way, this thing will drop fast. So like if I throw that trade on right now, it's in there, and I can make $12.50 per contract. So that's basically how that works. It's not basically, I mean, it's how it works. And so it's a very simple strategy, and I'm literally just in there trying to do premium collection. And notice how, so for $12.50, I mean, it's at 16, then $9.50, 11. I mean, the thing can drop really, really fast, and it doesn't take a whole lot for that to happen. So now I'm sort of looking for a short side. So we'll see here. We got 13 minutes left on the trade. And if you get in, you can get a decent distance. You need some room. Thing needs to be able to breathe a little bit and get some distance on there. Then you can have a good trade that you can take advantage of on, just like I said, pure premium collection. So imagine iron condors with 15 minutes to go versus 30 days or 5 days. Sort of your ultimate premium collection strategy. And you can go over, you can pull up, you can look at deviation levels, you can tie things together. So that's one thing in our favor. We do have the deviation levels in our favor right there. And let me open up a chart on that. I'll show you what I'm talking about over here. But like right here, if it'll stay below, and by the way, you can add in too along the way. So if it like rises up, you want to go in, you want to place another order. It's at 1650. I want to place another order. I mean, you got to obviously have the account to do it, but you can put in additional trades, as it's fluctuating, because it'll fluctuate a lot in these last, 15 minutes or so. So there's 12 minutes left to expiration. It's counting down, and we basically have this zero line. I mean, it literally has to stay within this price range right here, but it can stay flat. Here's the advantage. Now you get a lot higher payout if you do the other side. You get $80 for an $18 risk. But it has to move up. Okay, it actually has to get to that point. If it doesn't, then you're going to give it all back. So, you can have trades. You can put them in here. Let's see. We got, looks like we got most of our fills already. But, like right now, so we got the Dow sitting over here, not doing really much of anything at the moment. And, you can even pull over a DOM. So, and let's see here. So throw the DOM up right there. And to sort of see where everything's sitting at, we got the market sitting at 15,378 at the moment. And let's see here. And I'll even add on, I have this price level indicator. Where is it? Price, there we go. No, not that one. I got one of these where it actually shows me at current price. And it draws a nice big line on my chart, telling me to keep up with it. But, so right there, that's moving. And I mean, I'll even open time and sells. I'll have that up. So, and, I'll throw on other things, like I may actually put on a market noise indicator where I can see if there's any tick noise happening. And, but literally, I'm just waiting for the Dow to close, and the whole trade is designed for it to close below 15,384 at or before expiration. Stay right there. We'll be right back after this break.
Take a hands-on approach to managing your investments. And whether you're bullish or bearish on U.S. Treasuries, the ETFs from Direction Shares are there to help you magnify your perspective. Bull ETFs for a rising market and bear ETFs for a falling market. Direction Shares gives you the tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page at TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, so we're still sitting in this premium collection trade. So far we have 10 contracts on, been adding in as it's been oscillating. Our average fill price right now on the trade is 34. And basically the expectation for the trade to win is that the Dow finishes under 15,384. It can oscillate all around it all at once, but the expectation is that it will finish under 15,384 in the next 6 minutes. Now, on this trade, I mean, you have a lot of choices depending on what your average fill price is. You could get out right now if you wanted to. I mean, you get out right now, you know, about 18, 21 bucks. You make $100 on the trade. Great, done. You could set a take profit, maybe a little bit lower. So say, you know, I want to go ahead and I'd be happy if I could buy all these back for $5 and just be out. Hit place order, let it sit there. Right now, we're up $195 on the trade. Now we're up $240 on the trade. Now we're up $255 on the trade. See how this thing is literally just flying down, how fast it goes. So I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to my open positions here. Let me cancel that order out there. I'm going to go to my open positions, and I'm going to bell. I'm getting out of the trade right now. And I'm going to take a $275 profit on this trade. Closed, done, out, over. And because there's no reason to wait. All right? So, I mean, the thing's right down there. Now it just got down to $4. See how fast that price moves? I mean, it is insanely fast. And so to pull up the chart on this, let me show you this right here. Try to grab it before it expires out. Go to binaries. I'm going to go over to the Dow I'm going to pull up the 2 o'clock expiration. Then I'm going to go to the 15,384 strike, and I can open the chart on here. And look at this. And I mean, the price can really get a little insane volatile right there at the end. I mean, just a couple ticks can make all the difference. And look at this thing. We came in here, we started selling this thing at 20. It flew up against us a little bit. Up there at 50, 60, back down, back up. I mean, the thing was spiked up to 70. Somebody took the wrong side of a trade or something. Spiked on up there. And then, just, I mean, this thing went from 70 to 30 in minutes. So if I break this down to, 1 minute, I mean, look at this thing. So it's a couple minutes. I mean, $70 to $3 to $7. I mean, very, very fast. And so when I was at a point where I could hop out of the trade on an average fill of 30 and I could get out at, like 650, that's a majority. That's 70, 80% of my potential maximum profit. And so very fun trade. You can do it at every expiration if you want to. I like the ones at the end of the day the best. I've had the most consistency with them. But I am working on trying other expiration times as well. And also looking at other markets besides the indices, like gold, oil, things like that, as those markets start to close out. And but you can see, I mean, it's just obviously flying way down. And, you can set it right here to be like at your mark price or whatever, just depending on how you want to set the chart. And it's pretty cool to let you set it however you want it. And but to me, it's amazing how fast this thing can fly. And very cool trade, very simple trade. And for you premium collector traders out there, it does not get any better. Okay, literally does not get any better than that. Just simply because, I mean, it's fast. I mean, usually if you do premium collection, you're waiting days or weeks or hours. This is maximizing time decay and just on a whole other level. And we can see on the chart right here, if we go and zoom way in, have our level that we're placing the trade on, and it was like it's going to be profitable. So now we know we're profitable because we got out. So now we're not in that weird, there's this little 2-minute time frame, by the way. That's sort of scary. We'll get it right now. Right now it's at 15,383. So it gets sort of scary like when it's at a level like this. If we weren't out of the trade, in the last 2 minutes on binaries, you can't really do anything unless there's another trader to take the other side of your order. Okay? Notice how there's no bid and offer quote showing? So we got out of the trade before that 2 minutes. Anytime you can do that, that's a nice thing. Because otherwise, you got to wait the 2 minutes out right before expiration and see what happens. So the nice thing is we don't have to wait. We're done. Profits locked in. Trade's over. All right. Well, y'all have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.